Thanks for staying with us. In the Africa Cup of Nations currently underway in Egypt's host, Egypt, Uganda, Nigeria and Madagascar have qualified for the round of 16 knockout stage. The Black Stars of Ghana are yet to qualify following a goalless draw game against Cameroon on Saturday. Benedict Owusu-Dankwa is our man in Egypt, currently traveling between Ismailia and the Black Stars' next destination where they will be playing the game. He will join us in a bit via phone to talk about the mood in camp and our chances, really, what the players, if the players think they can make a difference with that outstanding game with Guinea-Bissau on Tuesday, which is just tomorrow. Benedict, good morning. Hello, Benedict, if you can hear me. Good morning to you, Benedict. Hello, Benedict. Okay, I'm afraid Benedict cannot hear me right now, but this is it. Ghana will play Guinea-Bissau tomorrow. Benin will also be playing Cameroon tomorrow. But as it stands on the Group F table, we're actually on the same points with Benin. Let's try and see if we can speak to Benedict now. Benedict, can you hear me? If you can, good morning to you.
Hi, Wabi. Good morning. I can hear you.
Nice.
It's just that I'm in a bus traveling from Ismailia to Suez.
Okay.
Where, we're going to play our last group game against Guinea-Bissau.
Okay. Nice, Benedict. Benedict, what's the mood in camp? Do the players understand that we're at a very critical point where we need a win by all means?
Of course. I mean, they are very much aware of this. They are very much aware of what they have to do to ensure they get to the next stage of the competition because, I mean, where it has gotten to, if we should even draw, I'm not sure we'll be able to finish as one of the best 10th-place teams to make the next stage. Is that a win for us or we forget about our campaign? And even if we are to draw tomorrow's game, our progress will depend on what happens in the game between Benin and Cameroon. If Cameroon should win, that we should even draw tomorrow's game. We definitely will go through, but of course, you wouldn't want that. You want to be on the safer side, and be on the safer side is getting a good result, which means getting a win in your game against Guinea-Bissau. So they are very much aware of, the stakes, and they are preparing towards that. And I want to believe that by close of day today, we'll have a fair idea of the players that are going to start for Ghana tomorrow.
Benedict, what's the distance from Ismailia, where the Black Stars play 2 of their matches, to the new destination now? What's the distance?
Well, I will tell you, I was told that it was just an hour drive, but I've been on the bus for close to 1 hour, 30 minutes, and I've just been told that I am 30 minutes more away from the place. Initially, I was told that it was just an hour drive, so we're all even contemplating, even the team, stay in Ismailia and just go and play the game and come. But it's kind of far, almost 2 hours drive, and I am still not there.
So are the players ahead of you or they're behind you?
Well, the players have, they actually left Ismailia yesterday because they have to train at evening, and then the pre-match press conference, which is 10:30 here, that will be somewhere 8:30 in Ghana. So they actually left yesterday with some officials. 3 of the players did not go with the team. Jonathan Mensah, he picked up a knock in the last game against Cameroon, as well as Christian Achu, and then Ofori. These players were made to stay behind in Ismailia to undergo further checks on their injury situations before joining the team. So those 3 players will join the team later to train, hopefully, if they are fine, to train with them. But for us, we are just behind the team, and we are going there today for the pre-match conference as well as their last training session before the game tomorrow. Okay,
great. I asked you about the distance because we don't want any excuses in terms of we were tired because of the trip. We don't want that to have any effect on the game tomorrow. But Benedict, what's been the little conversations that the players have been having amongst themselves that you've monitored?
Well, after the game against Cameroon, the major talking point was Kwabena who had a chance, and some were of the view that he should have passed Jordan. Others also thought what the option that he chose by going for goal was the right decision. I met him that very evening at the stadium. I tried to speak to him. He didn't want to speak. But the following morning when I met him, I asked him and said, for the very first time, he's realized that he's been trending on Twitter. And that makes him, and he said something in key that Maswaya Shepa, you understand? So as a manager who is like a father to him was around and said, it happens. I mean, football, that's how things are. There are times that as a striker, the adrenaline when you have the ball and when you are in front of goal, there might be someone in a better position than you, but because we need a goal and you also feel that at that point you are the one to give us the goal, you always will go for the option of you shooting. So what the guy did was not wrong. It's just that we need to encourage him that going into, the subsequent games, if chances of that nature come, we'll know how to utilize them. But the other players, of course, they've all been talking about how it is important that they get a good result because, I mean, they are aware of the parents in terms of when we're able to progress to the next stage. Now because of the 2014 tournament, we are going to play round of 16 before we get to the quarterfinals, unlike previously where it was just straight to the quarterfinals after the group stages. So they are very much aware of, the trend or the route that we would definitely take, because if they finish as second in our group, what it means is that they're going to play against Nigeria. If we should finish second, we're going to play against Nigeria. If we should finish top in our group, we'll come back to Somalia, where we'll play the group where we have Tunisia, we have Mali, Angola, and then Mauritania. You understand? And if we should finish as one of the third best placed teams, what it means is that we'll go into the group where we have the likes of Morocco. And looking at all these things, especially with the roots and the strength of some of the teams, yes, I mean, you want to win the tournament. So whichever team that comes, you have to be very much prepared. But at this point, you wouldn't want to meet certain teams. So they are very much aware of everything. And based on that, I'm sure that will inform whatever they will do tomorrow. And they will go in for whatever they want to go in. But they know the ultimate thing.
Yeah.
To get a win to get us to the next stage of the competition.
Absolutely, Benedict. So as the players are monitoring what's going on social media, then I guess they've also heard about how people are so disappointed, particularly about Partey, and how we had huge expectations of him because of where he's coming from and how we've seen very little of him.
Well, I didn't really get your question, but if you were talking about Thomas Partey, after the game, he even mentioned that he's not been too impressed with his performance at the tournament. He said the first game he didn't have a good game. The game against Cameroon, his performance was worse, and that he will try and, put up a good performance. Because even at the stadium, when he was passing, someone asked me, is this the Thomas Partey of Atletico Madrid? Which he had, you understand? So he was really surprised. Someone asked that, hey, my friend, is this the Thomas Partey of Atletico Madrid or is it a different Thomas Partey? Because they watch him at club level, and he plays so well. But, in this very tournament, he's been off for the team. So that possibly maybe informed what he told me in the interview that, well, he's not been that good for him in this tournament, and that he hopes to step up in the next game.
All right, Benedict, we pray for a safe journey, get to the destination, and let's have more conversations. That's my colleague.
Thank you.
All right, that's my colleague there. Benedict Sakwesi Dankwa, who's traveling from Ismailia to the next town where the Black Stars will be playing Guinea-Bissau. That's where we've got all our hopes high on that. If that doesn't happen, then technically, or maybe not technically, but we're well on our way back home. But we pray that that doesn't happen. So our game is tomorrow. There will be proper build-up to that game, God willing, tomorrow, Tuesday, here on our show. Let's jump and talk about other issues.